but we do want lots of things. Go on, tell the girlies what you want.
It's the Jigsaw. Anyone, if you're listening and you work at Jigsaw, you have a discount code. It's the Jigsaw Heckfield Suede Tote. I've tried it on in the store and it is so beautiful.
That is sexy. Wow.
But it is £195. So I don't know if anyone's got any ways to help me get that number down to 0. Ideally that would be good, because £195. I'm really trying to not spend money this September because it's really serious.
Well, also, guys, I hate to say the C word, and don't panic, Richard, it's not Christmas is round the corner. It's really soon.
Yeah. You got to start stockpiling now.
Well, it's my birthday first, and then it's Christmas, and then it's your birthday. So there's a lot going on.
What are we doing for your birthday then? Don't look at me like that. What are we doing for your birthday?
I'm in two minds.
Why? Because you don't want to be 28. Sucks to be you.
I don't want to be 28. Actually, no, I do. Every year it gets better.
Actually, that is the truth. That is the God's
honest. It's a bit of a jokey gimmick to be like, oh, I hate aging. But actually, I genuinely think every year gets better. So like bring on a new year.
The only thing I don't like about aging is that everyone is still younger than you. Do you know what I mean? Like, people still only age at the rate that they're growing. It's kind of annoying.
Yeah, like, do you hate that we're only 28 together for a month?
Yeah, I mean, ideally, I would skip a birthday this year, but sadly, that's not how the world works.
Babe, I'm so excited for you to have a big 30th. Yeah, sorry, that's really fun.
It's going to be fun.
30, flirty and thriving. I can't wait. Epic.
I've got a really good feeling about, I know we're so far away, but I do think...
Babe, your muff's falling off.
Sorry, I'm so sorry about me. Oh my goodness, can't believe I'm walking around with my muff falling off.
You've got a loose muff.
Must not have a loose muff. Must have a tucked in muff. Must tuck in my muff.
# all muffs matter.
All muffs matter. Do you know what, guys? I have obviously injured my knee at the moment.
Fucking hell. Will we ever hear the end of this bloody
Babe, it's only been a week and a half and I've been in the pit.
We haven't had one conversation this week where she...
That's not true.
Sorry, those leggings are so nice.
Babe, you love them. They're from Adenola. Do you remember? And you wanted the grey ones.
And I got two different shades of grey, actually.
Yeah. 50 Shades of Grey. Yeah. Wardrobe. Don't worry about it. Yeah, I'm injured and I will keep talking about it because my mental health is on the floor. And I've been swimming because that's the only form of exercise that I'm allowed to do with my broken knee. And I love the women in the changing rooms. Muffs, boobs, everything's out everywhere.
I was wondering what the link was.
Muffs and boobs it was.
I'm glad we got there.
I love it. I just think, wow.
Everyone walking around with their muff out.
Different shapes and sizes everywhere. I love it. You forget when you're attached to the Instagram highlight reel. You go into a changing room, you're like, oh yeah, wow, my tits aren't that weird.
Boys do say, I don't want to say which boys.
Who boys?
Corey Pyatt.
Oh, Corey Pyatt does say, yeah. Our reference to what all boys think. Yeah, go on.
That all muffs are different, and he always...
all muffs are different.
No, you couldn't even put them in an encyclopedia. There are too many different types of muffs.
Too many muffs.
Yeah. Too many muffs. Too many muffs.
Too many muffs. As there should be. Like, muffs are amazing and so guys, intricate.
We just danced to Badadan in the bathroom.
And
now we've got some little energy over here.
I would never... For ages, that's the only way I'd end a spin class. Badadan. It really makes me feral. Yeah. Like, I could lift a lot of weight to that, I reckon. Babe, we don't actually really eat whilst we're recording. I don't know what's happened to you and your etiquette.
Sorry about me, everyone. I was asking you what you can do for your birthday.
Oh, yeah.
We're going to do something.
I should get my muff out, probably. Okay, these are my options, girls. Let me know what you think. Number 1, I'll just do like a dinner with the girls.
Next.
Then maybe go for like a boogie.
Next.
Basically what I did last year.
Yeah,
but you, babe, at my birthday last year, do you remember how rude you were? We haven't even spoken about this.
What?
You were on your phone the whole time, do you remember? So I'm only inviting you if you don't bring a phone.
Babe, I literally got up and danced with you.
No. You were scrolling on your phone. You were shopping. And I remember I had to say to you, babe, are you shopping?
I don't remember that. And also, why is it taking you 9 months to say that?
Because Ali Mac blacked out, because I only thought about my birthday now, since the last time.
I think that's fake news because I was the first one else that was there. Okay, get Holly on the blower.
Ring Holly now and she'll say, yeah, you were on your phone the whole time. You were shopping. I can't remember what you were looking for. And then when I showed you were like, oh yeah, sorry.
Oh my God. Sorry about me.
So rude. So you're only coming to dinner if you don't do that.
Fine.
Number 2, I'm like, do I just have like a big party and invite everyone?
I'm not for 28.
Not bothered.
Not bothered.
Well, do you know what I'd actually really like to do?
Go on.
This is my vibe and I don't know if it exists. I'd like to be like, guys, this is where I'm going to be If you want to come through to everyone.
Risky.
It's a risky biz, but I know a lot of people that have done it recently and it's quite a vibe if everyone just comes and goes when and as they please and I just stay getting merry in a corner somewhere. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You and Pori Pyatt can come.
Yeah.
Or the Oxford lot can come.
Pyatt.
Yeah, Pori Pyatt must get the invite. Invite me to his birthday.
For 1 second, he can come.
Let him come.
For like an hour.
Until they play Badadam, then he can go. And then you can get
Okay,
in.
I think either do that or have a dinner and I'll just not be on my phone. I don't think I was on my phone. I think that I actually did dance.
Text
to the
Holly
jazz.
right now.
I actually will. I think
No, you did dance for 2 seconds, but you... No.
this is a smear campaign against my good character. I will not have it.
No, it was. I remember being quite shocked. Also, you had your perfect little dress on. What happens to Ali Mac? Let me tell you. When she gets tired,
Such a load of shit.
you lose her. Babe, tell me that shit. When you're tired, you glaze over and we lose you.
Oh yeah, that is true.
And that's what happened.
I didn't think I was tired. I think I was hammered.
No, not at dinner.
Yeah, babe. I was about 4 Picantes deep. I think I was quite hammered.
Yeah, that happens too when she's drunk.
yeah.
Babe, no, hey, I didn't say anything on the night because I didn't care. Like, you do you. You've got to do some shopping, clearly, so get it done.
1 to 10, how truthful is it
She's going to say 10.
that I was on my phone for dinner the whole of Jean's B-Day last year at Soho House? Okay.
Just reminding you all that we were at Soho House.
We will await the results, everybody.
We'll await the results. So happy...
No, I think that was fun though. I think you should do that.
Something
was really
similar.
Fun, yeah.
Do you remember everyone like bailed and didn't come?
We should go.
Oh, where?
Monkey House. Have you ever been to Monkey
No.
House? It is the most fun restaurant.
Babe, do you remember that girl that we met on our
now you're
night
testing me.
on our night out in Lucci's?
Yes.
Yeah, that works
The
for PR in
Canadian.
restaurants. No, different girl.
Yes, I remember her.
I looked her up. She's got some good restaurants.
Well, can
so
we
I'm
get
thinking,
her-
should we get her on the blower?
Get her on the blower.
Birthday dinner on the blower.
Good. Yes, I like it a lot.
PR dinner on the blower is what I'm thinking.
I like it a lot.
And I'll give you all the free PR. I'll talk about your restaurants till the cows come home on this pod.
You best believe, babe, it will be all over the gram.
Yeah.
Speaking of cows coming home, how's the Emma bed?
Oh, babe, I've never slept better. What did we find out? It's a 7.5 comfort.
Okay, so on the scale of 1 to 10, 10 being the firmest like concrete mattress you can get, the Emma is a 7.5. It's got a 7-point pressure point cooling system.
Sorry, Holly's texting me.
What did she say?
SOS.
How honest should I be?
I've just said you must say your truth. Because I just outed her and she says it's a smear campaign. I love it. I love my Emma mattress and genuinely, like, I think obviously it was hashtag gifted and I'm so hashtag grateful, but like I'm sleeping so well and I do think there's something about the cooling properties of that mattress that is keeping me at a very good temperature during the evening.
Hollywood cock. Haha, you were good, then think you hit a wall at one point and it was game over. Happens to the best of us.
Good.
Okay, fine. Ob's not on the phone in the club. Oh, babe,
It was just dinner.
I was also in the club. I was on my head and I didn't realise until I left. And you know when you try and walk and you think, I'm fine. I'm absolutely fine. Holly, you must speak your truth. Don't be afraid.
I've spoken my truth. Good. So good.
Should we introduce the podcast?
Let's do it, baby. You do it this week. You're better at it
Okay,
than me.
this is Leave a Message. Welcome to Leave a Message. I'm Ali and she's G. And together we are Ali and G. This is the podcast for the Gallies by the Gallies. Every week we get your voice notes. We talk about them. We dissect them. We try and give you a little bit of advice. Advice is a strong word, but we're here for the lols and we love your voice notes. So keep them coming. And this week the Gallies are called...
Kira.
Kira.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, great. Good.
Kira number 1. Hit it, sister.
So I'm a little late for the friendship fallout episode, but I did just remember a wild story that I would love your take on. So a couple years ago, I was really, really good friends with this girl. We worked together, we carpooled together. We were friends for like 2 to 3 years, honestly, really, really strong friends. And she had this older brother. Well, she had a couple older brothers, but one, I'll just name him Bob. And Bob and I were always friendly. And I knew that he found me attractive because she told me that he found me attractive multiple times. And every time we'd hang out, he'd ask to hang out with us. And she was always like, very like, yeah, come on, Bob, come hang out with us. And she would always joke with me that he had a crush on me. And at the time I was seeing somebody, so it wasn't ever going to happen. But there was one day me and my boyfriend had broken up and we went to this party and my friend was saying, oh, Bob's coming too. He's going to drive us home. And he was going to be the DD. So I was like, oh, okay, great. And I was very newly single looking for a rebound. And she told me, you should go hook up with my brother. He has a huge dick. Very strange to say about your brother, first of all. But anyway, that night, me and her brother end up just making out, whatever. She gets super drunk. And when I come back after me and him like disappeared off at this party, we come back and she's like acting very, very drunk. And I don't remember her getting so drunk, but she was all of a sudden plastered. Anyway, her brother drives us home, whatever. And then I tried texting her the next morning, no response. And basically she doesn't respond to me at all. She basically ghosts me as a friend. At this point, we weren't working together anymore either. So I didn't see her at work. And yeah, she completely ghosted me. And I obviously know it's because I hooked up with her brother or made out with her brother, but she told me to. She pushed me towards it. So would love your take on if I was a dick for hooking up my best friend's brother or if she was just completely wild and unhinged. Let me know.
What the fuck?
There is a part 2.
Oh, sorry.
Obsessed.
I thought I would add this anecdote just for Rihanna, if you're listening.
Rihanna.
So the friend's brother, Bob, he the next day baked me cookies and dropped them off on my porch and texted me saying, I left you a present outside. And I was like, already like, I regret last night. And I went to my porch and he baked me cookies, which was like the strangest post-drunk makeout gift anyone could ever receive. So I thought I'd just add that anecdote because the whole story is just kind of a mental fuck. So there you are.
Sorry, I'm obsessed with the fact that she said make out. That's so
Make out.
American.
And also, Rihanna, that's like your like grand gestures that you're desperate for.
That was literally that. She must be a great kisser.
Yeah,
Cookies
she's got
for a
some
kiss.
good like tongue lip action going on.
Or
I'm
like
guessing.
he's just read the room a bit wrong. Like who's dropping off cookies?
I think that is epic 10 out of 10. I'd be over the moon. If I was a bit hungover and someone left cookies on my front,
I think
on my
that's a
porch.
Bit weird.
Really?
Yeah, I do.
If they're chocolate chip, I'm all for it.
I don't think it's weird.
It's a bit too key. Like maybe the day after, not the same fucking day.
It was day after. They snogged in the evening and then he
Oh,
dropped off cookies the
fine.
next day.
Oh, it's a bit weird. It is a bit weird. Just drop me a text.
Yeah, but then like, you know, the bar's so low nowadays that I think if you're going to be a good
True,
guy and you're
that's
going to
true.
go for it, then I'm not embarrassed by you doing cookies. I like it.
What a weird friend.
Sorry, so a lot's gone on there because why the hell is she telling you about the size of her brother's dick?
How does she know that? That is major red flag. How would she know about the size of her adult brother's dick?
I guess like depending on, I love this question. Like, you
Naked
know,
households.
yeah, like some households are really naked and some are really like, no, like never see your family naked ever.
Okay, I don't know because I don't have I didn't grow up with brothers.
Yeah, I don't know. I can't speak on that.
I don't know if it's different. Like I have a naked household, but we're all women.
Yes.
Like it wouldn't be weird for me to sit down and have a wee in front of my mum because like obviously.
Yeah.
But I don't know if that translates for boys as well or if it is a bit weird when you get to a certain age for like your family to see your dick.
But I would like walk in on my dad like in the bath.
I think that's the extreme end of the spectrum to be honest
Do
with you.
you?
Yeah, I do. I mean, I
But
don't
I
know.
don't like stare at his dick and like. Do you know what I mean? Like I don't look at it. I wouldn't know the size of it, even though I've like seen my dad's penis. Technically,
Sure, but I'm just saying.
maybe that is weird. I don't know.
I think
I'm not making it weird. By the
no,
way.
it might be weird.
It is a bit weird.
I'm happy for it to be weird.
You're allowed, like, I think it's weird. I think it's weird.
I guess it would be weird if my dad was like parading himself in front of me, but like I've walked in on him in the bath just because I need to get some bits out of there or whatever, and I just don't like make a song and dance about it. He's just naked.
I don't think most people are doing that. Even naked households, I don't think they're doing that. I don't know though, because I don't know. Like, do men participate in the nakedness of a naked household? I don't know.
I have little brothers. And
Yeah, would you see them naked?
once they got to a certain age, like maybe like an age where I feel like you would be able to remember in 20 years, will you remember me naked? It was like the door's locked. You cannot come in whilst I'm in the bathroom. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. I do get that. But then maybe it was like, you know, like those kids, like little kids sometimes like do just like have, you know, big assets. And maybe it's just a running joke that her brother's got a big asset.
But I do like you wouldn't use that as like a pickup line on his behalf.
Also bizarre to like pimp him out
And then
hate her for it.
What?
Maybe she fancies him.
That's what I'm thinking. Have they shagged?
Her
own brother.
Maybe
That's
she's
a whole
jealous.
separate podcast, babe.
Yeah, is she jealous? Because there is a bit of a weird thing about like sisters and brothers and like when...
Is there?
I don't know. I don't have siblings, so I'm just guessing what happens. Like, I don't know, like, you know, like younger sisters can sometimes really like look up to their older brothers and like really like put them on a pedestal and like love the fact that they're kind of like their protector and like that like weird dynamic that might happen. And so then maybe in theory you love the idea of your friend getting with your brother, but then actually in practice it makes you feel really uncomfortable.
Yeah, but like there is a level of self-awareness to be like, I'm the person that actually propelled them to do it because I suggested he had a big dick and wanted to, like, even if you don't like it, you have to be like sane enough to be like, oh yeah, actually that was on me.
Yeah, for sure. I don't know what's gone wrong there, but as we've said before, I just think there's plenty of fish in the sea. And even though your friend was egging you on, don't bother.
No, but how is she to know? You can't, like when you're in the moment and your friend's like, oh, go on, like he's got a big
dick. What? Also, that's not necessarily like all good gagging for it. Like sometimes you're not in the mood for a big dick.
So, I'm sorry, you know those siblings, and I do know some of these people. They're like brother and sister are like almost a bit too close. Do you know what I mean?
This is what I'm saying.
And I just like, it's weird. Like, I can tell you now, Raw and his sister, I don't think Jess would be pimping him out. She'd be like, he's so gross. Because
and she's also definitely not saying like, oh, he's got a big member. Like she's not going to be like a shaft. Do you know what I mean?
She wouldn't be saying that.
She's not saying that. And it's just not appropriate, I suppose, is what I would say.
So yeah, anyway, babe, the moral of the story is it's not your fault and you're not a bad person because you were just taking instruction.
Also, if she's going to lose a friendship like over that, cry me a river, get out, babe. Like, you're nothing to do with me anymore. What the hell is that on my nipple? Is that strawberry?
That is strawberry.
Oh, I'm gutted about that. I'm such a messy pup.
It will come out, not to worry.
Really?
Yeah.
Guys, I don't have a bra on. Feels crazy. Before we continue with this week's episode of Leave a Message,
if you want to be part of our group chat, make sure you leave us a voice note using all the details in the episode description.
Now, this can be about anything. Obviously, sometimes we ask you for specific topics, but if you've got a story that you think girls need to hear this, then get voice noting.
Kira number 2?
Yeah.
Hi, Gallies. Got a juicy story for you guys. So for context, I was like 15. Keep this in mind because of my naivety. It was my first year in boarding school in a different country in Britain, away from home. The adjustment was hard for me, but a few months later into the school year, a very American girl joined the school and we clicked right away. Attached to the hip, constantly together, and everyone would ask where the other was if we weren't together. She told me this story eventually that her dad was the head of the FBI and that some of the teachers at our school were undercover agents that were making sure she wasn't kidnapped. She literally told me that she was in danger and made me believe that certain teachers were undercover bodyguards. Eventually, we began to fight about random ass things, and like it got really bad to the point where even boarding school staff split us up into separate rooms as we were sharing a room. So little did I know they were trying to save me from a literal psychopath. Anyway, the fighting continued, and she continued to tell me about her life back in the US, where she was like part of an FBI group of kids that were in the same situation as her. So 2 of them were twin boys, same age as us at the time. One of them was dating her, and the other I ended up texting. Anyway, I eventually, after 2 years of friendship almost, I caught on because while I was texting that guy, she was next to me one night, and I looked on her screen and she was literally texting as him because it was like a different app that you use. So like it wasn't like a phone number. I freaked out, obviously, because I had this gut feeling all this time, and of course I was right. So she absolutely lost it and told me I was fucking crazy. She got very scary, and therefore I believe that she lied about everything she told me. So moral of the story, please listen to your gut feeling and stay away from people that give you bad vibes, even if it means you have to be alone. It's so much drama. Love you guys.
Oh my God, babe, I'm shook for you.
Actually, I'm speechless. Sorry.
I'm fascinated. Did you ever used to watch Catfish on MTV?
She's not really a catfish. She's just like a pathological liar.
She catfished her because she thinks she's speaking to a boy and she's the boy. That is technically catfishing, isn't it?
What would you say?
Fish.
She's catfishing.
No, but even the thing about the FBI, sorry, I think I missed the beginning. So she was saying to her friend that she was in the FBI kid.
No, her dad was in the FBI.
She was in the FBI kid group.
Yeah.
Which is obviously also a lie.
Yeah.
Because why would you tell someone that?
What? If you're in the FBI and you're undercover, you wouldn't be telling everyone. Sorry, some people.
I have a similar, it's not a million miles away from this.
Really?
Yeah. It's going to have to be highly anonymous.
Go on then.
When I was 14, in my first year of boarding school, I was best friends with a girl who wasn't in my house. Let's call her. No, let's not call her. That's her actual name. Let's call her.
Babe, are you on
Sorry, because
crack?
I was thinking about her nickname, which is. Let's call her
her actual name. That'll work.
Let's call her Caroline.
Good.
Caroline and I weren't in the same house, but we became the same friends. And she did this weird thing every day where she had like 4 or 5 best friends, and every single day she would tell you what number you were in her list. So she would be like, today you're number 3, or like today you're number 1. Like it was really weird. She was always a bit strange, but like,
But that's like mean girl.
but like it wasn't mean. It was like, oh, like no, because whatever her name is, Margaret did something really nice for me today, so she's number 1, but like yesterday you were like so nice. Like it was weird. Also, I was only 14 and I was really like, you're in a new school and I didn't really want to rock the boat. Anyway.
Just go along with this.
Anyway, she comes home to my house one Sunday and we're in my room and she was like, I have to tell you something that you cannot tell anyone. This is so secret. You can't tell anyone. So obviously she tells me that 2 of the members of staff at my school had, I can't say the word.
Trigger warning.
One of whom was our teacher of a specific subject and the other one was someone that worked in the building.
Sorry, that's really serious.
And then it basically transpired. I didn't say anything, but like I knew, I had the exact same thing. I knew she was lying.
Yeah.
I didn't know.
Even that is such a horrible thing to know, because do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, if someone tells you something like that, you want to take them at face value.
Yeah. But I knew because our teacher that she was accusing was he wouldn't have hurt a fly. There was just no way. I knew as soon as she told me, I knew she was lying. But I sat with it for like a couple of weeks because like, what are you to do at 14? Like, I didn't know.
Yeah.
Anyway, then me and my other friend, who was also on her list of 5, basically like we were together and we were friends separately and we got onto the topic and she was like, oh my God, I don't know what to do. Caroline told me something and I was like, oh my God, maybe she told me the same thing. Anyway, obviously then we both decided to go to the teacher. The whole thing was a lie.
Did you?
Yeah, that we went to our deputy head, but in the process of like social services getting involved, like both of those members of staff lost their jobs, like were suspended.
No.
Our teacher's wife was like 2 weeks out of going into labour. The guy who was working in the building, he was like he was working all these extra shifts on reception to pay for his wedding in like 6 months. Like it was an absolute shit show.
What? And then did she admit she'd lied?
Yeah, because then it like got really serious and like obviously then like people properly like police got involved.
Oh my God.
And she basically sat there and was like, yeah, but she kept it up for a while with the teachers and then she was like, yeah, basically I lied. It's all a lie. But like people are fucked
That
in the
is
head.
so bad though, because me being like classic, like never wanting to victim blame, I'd be like, then I'd be taking it so seriously. I'd be like, how do they, like, they'd need to prove that they didn't. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because then I'd be so worried that she then just felt like it was too serious and she'd been backed into a corner and she wanted to say it was a lie.
I mean, I think the teachers were heavily
They must have had
investigated.
alibis.
Yeah.
I wonder where
also,
she's-
like when quizzed on the specifics, she couldn't tell like when and where. She couldn't say it. She like the whole thing just came crumbling down. But baby, it was massive. I remember that. I didn't even remember the last day I saw her because she was sectioned
Did
away.
she leave the school?
But like immediately, like no one saw her again. Like she was put in SAN.
No.
She was put in SAN, which is was on like where the nurses are, and she had to like sleep in sand for like a week, and then no one was allowed to say goodbye. Like, she went to like a good school in London then, and now she's like a really high-powered lawyer or something.
What?
Yeah.
That's like the worst job for her to have.
Yeah. It's crazy.
Surely they've got to make a film about her.
Craziness.
What the hell? She's probably defending victims now.
But like, it's really hard, especially when you're young, especially at boarding school, when like you don't know what to do. I don't even think I told my parents, because like you just don't know what to do, and like.
Yeah, I guess at boarding school,
hard.
I don't know. I didn't go to boarding school, but I can imagine you're in like such a
bubble.
Yeah. That you don't really have any external like opinions or like sounding boards.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Lying to me is mad. And like, listen, don't get me wrong. I love a little white lie. I love an embellishment on a story. Like I'm known for it. I will do it all the time. I'll make my story better by adding in details that aren't true. Yeah. But to that level, like, how are you not like forgetting what you've said?
I always think that.
How are you not forgetting? How are you keeping up with yourself? Is it adrenaline? Like, are you looking for some kind of rush?
To the point where it like deeply affects someone else's life. That is fucked.
Yeah.
Like, there's a difference between saying like, oh, I don't know, I made £100 more this month than I did. Like, that's not affecting anyone. Do you know what I mean? But like, when it's actually impacting other people, it's mad.
Like, if this girl really liked that guy she'd been texting, and then that's such a deceit.
Can you imagine?
No, guys, imagine if I found someone finally on a dating app and I thought I'm in love, and it was Al just because she felt sorry for me being single and alone.
Lol.
I'd be so hurt.
So
obviously, because you'd be like, you're a sicko.
You're sick in the head.
The point about intuition is a good one.
Oh yeah, sorry, I forgot about that.
Because I feel like we live in a society where so many things bombard us. Information, news, other people's opinions, social media. You've always got like other noise, but actually going inwards and listening to your own intuition is so important. And energy, I always say this about, you can tell.
Someone's off.
Immediately.
Your energy's off.
Immediately you can tell. If someone has bad energy, get rid of them.
Oh, you always know when someone's lying, don't you? You think, you're lying?
Yeah.
I know you are.
Yeah.
You little snake.
all the girls at school who lied. I hope they get the help that they deserve.
Amen.
It was
Amen.
like a plague at some point.
I was one of them. You know, I once lied about having a middle name. I don't have a middle name.
That's
really
not like
white
a
lie.
really, yeah.
I'd just like to confess to everyone that I told my middle name was Florence or whatever I chose. It's not true.
That's fascinating. Why would you lie about that?
I was so left out that everyone had middle names and I didn't. So I was like, yeah, my middle name's Florence.
Oh, we all did that. Like, oh yeah, I like kissed a boy this weekend. I didn't. I sat at home with my parents and watched TV.
Yeah. It was pounding all night long.
Yeah. What?
Sorry.
Kiara, number 3.
Hi girls, love the podcast. I have so many stories to share and I've been meaning to do it for ages. So I finally got around to telling the story of me and the beans. So I was at uni in my single girl era, having the time of my life. And I was out one night with my friends and this guy comes up to me and tries to speak to me. I look at this guy, I literally looked him up and down. I turned around and carried on talking to my friends, completely banked him. I was doing the debrief the next day with my best mates. Turns out this guy was my best mate's boyfriend's flatmate. And I had no idea, still didn't think twice about it. I was in no way attracted to this boy, but my friend was basically like, oh my God, yeah, you completely rejected him. Like, he has a massive crush on you. He was spending all night trying to pluck up the courage, trying to speak to you. And then he did. And obviously I just shut him down. And I was like, haha, whatever. That's funny. Didn't think twice because obviously was not attracted to the boy. A couple of days later, I wake up, go to my kitchen, and a card has been posted through my kitchen window. It was like close to Valentine's Day. So this card was like a Valentine's Day card. And it basically was like, had like a soppy Valentine's Day message in it. And then it was like, I owe you a drink from Dylan. Like, and then it said like, P.S. I'm sorry or something like that. And I was like, okay, that's weird. Not going to think anything of it though. A week passes. I wake up Valentine's Day, single and alone, go out in the morning to walk to my car out of my student accommodation. I get to my car, get in the car, put my windscreen wipers on, and then suddenly this like muck starts like spreading all over my windscreen. I get out, and I don't know how I didn't notice it when I got in my car, but my car has loads of beans on it. So my car, I got beaned basically. Didn't even know that was a thing, but basically he just like tipped loads of cans of beans on top of my car. So I'm there in the rain on my own, already depressed and single, scraping these beans off of my car with my bare hands. Walking back into my flat, my exact bedroom window has also been beaned. So I was like, what the fuck? And I was just like a bit creeped out that like my exact bedroom window had been beaned and like I was asleep whilst the beaning was happening. And then I actually ended up making like a fake invoice for my car wash, and I emailed him a PDF of this invoice with my bank details, and I made him pay for my car wash. So yeah, I will attach some photos of the beans as well for you girls to see. Thanks, and I hope you like the story.
Oh my God, Kira 3. Sorry, babe. She showed us the pictures. They are sheep beans. That is bad boots. That's not good.
Well, like, what? Sorry, what in the hell are you thinking? Going round to someone's house and putting a tin of beans on their windscreen? Like, at what point do you not check yourself and think, okay, I'm a bit crazy now?
On Valentine's Day.
Sorry, the soppy Valentine's Day message really grosses me out. Like, that is enough to send me off the edge. I cannot be dealing with that.
Oh, it's so hard because devil's advocate, the beans, listen, I'm tipped over the edge at the beans. The beans is crazy. But the shooting your shot and then the sending a little like love note, like, don't get me wrong, it's intense.
The persistence.
But I think if it was someone she was attracted to, she wouldn't have had the same response. And I do think you have to be a tiny bit mindful of the fact that like you can't justify certain behavior for like one type of man and then for another be like, it's gross.
My mum always says that, like, even if you don't like them, like, you have to appreciate the effort that they've gone to like at least get your attention.
And you would like that from someone who you wanted to look your way.
That's true.
So I think I'm like kind of good for him. I mean, when do you take no as an answer? She didn't reply to that card. I would then say walk away. The beans is then like vandalism. Like that's then like, you're not getting affection there, babe. That's not baking cookies and dropping them off. That's bad vibes.
The fake invoice. Listen, if you got to get him back, you got to get him back. Do you know what I mean? As you should. Very creative, by the way. I wouldn't have thought of that.
It's amazing. And also, as he should pay for that.
Oh, yeah.
That's crazy. That's a direct expense on him because that's wild. And I saw the beans. They got right in the grills of the windscreen.
Can't believe that. I really can't believe that.
I don't think I've ever had anyone try for my love that hard.
Let me just think.
Don't get me started.
You must, Rahana, considering that's what you're seeking out.
Rahana, considering how attractive you are and how charismatic and how brilliant, you must
have had one story similar.
No, what?
No love notes. No. Yeah, I've had some love notes.
No, like a real love note.
Like when you're in a relationship, yeah.
Yeah. No. Can I tell you my best love note?
Please.
Oh my God. So his name's Parley Pinton. As you know, I lost my virginity to him. Love you. Miss you. Okay, this is actually a really bad story. So we went out when we were like young, lost my virginity to him. I think it was his virginity too. It was a lovely time. Anyway, we broke up. I don't really know what happened. He then kind of like got in a habit of like dating my friends.
I remember this.
Not like close friends,
Faye
but like...
Was there Faye there?
Faye didn't sleep with him, I hope.
Why did I feel like... Was there
God, we must ring her. I don't think
was
she
there
did.
someone else that you got there first with and then Faye got there with?
Oh, yeah, Pam Pooper.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
Not Parley Pinton. Sorry, I've got my Pam and my Parley's wrong.
Yeah. No, this is Parley Pinton. He went out with two girls that I was quite close with.
Fine.
Anyway, one of them, he went out with for quite a while. We subsequently were no longer friends because I found that quite like backstabbing. Anyway, he was with her at this time and I'd kind of given an olive branch and invited them to my 18th birthday party because I just thought, why not? We'll all be friends. Everyone was like dating each other. It was like, whatever. Anyway, it was my birthday the day before maybe, or maybe it was that day actually. And I went to the letterbox at my parents' house just to see if I'd had any birthday cards. I pull out this letter. Handwritten.
From Parley Pinton.
3 pages from Parley Pinton.
Oh my God.
Kind of confessing
his love.
Yeah. We never spoke about it. I never said anything to him.
What?
I know. Well, because he was with this girl. Yeah, I think I've got it in my mum's house.
Oh my God.
Yeah, and we weren't together.
How old were you?
18. I was turning 18.
Oh, I actually really rate that. I mean, like,
do you know what I mean?
You could have kept it to one page. Do you know what I mean?
I should have been with him. He put an Instagram reel up the other day and me and Holes were like, the one that got away, eh?
If only.
Yeah, so I have back in my day, but I don't get them anymore.
Oh, I don't, babe.
DMs are dry. Letterbox is dry.
Same.
Yeah.
The problem is as well in the age of text. Why would you send a letter?
Well, this.
It's romantic.
Yeah,
I
even
know.
more reason
I know.
too.
But like realistically, people don't do it.
No, they don't. Also, you have got to find I guess with her, like hindsight, and if this ever happens again to you, babe, because you're obviously, a magnet to the men, you got to be firmer with your no, maybe. The look up and down was not enough. Like, he didn't get the message somehow.
You need to let him get the message now. You need to make sure he gets the message.
What did you say?
I would just say I really appreciate, apart from the beans, I appreciate the effort that you've made to like catch my attention. But like, I'm just not interested, basically.
I'm not interested, actually, is like quite good, because it's like, I'm not interested. I don't think you're a bad person.
No.
I don't even necessarily actively not fancy you. I'm just not interested.
Yeah.
And I don't owe you an explanation as to why.
Well, actually, I think you do owe them an explanation. If you're trying to make it firm and clear, you have to give them, like, you have to say. I don't think you can just say, like, see you later, loser.
You're too short. Yeah, it's really
Yeah, do you know what I mean? And I've actually just decided that I've had my gay awakening. And that's it, really.
Oh, I prefer not to have beans all over my windscreen, ideally.
Do you know what I mean? The amount of times when we were in Bali, right, that we would like get approached by these boys, these little Aussie boys that must have been like just out of nappies. And they, like this one guy, we'd been like getting, on the nights out where you're a bit bombarded and it's just for some reason everyone around you on heat. They're not even like necessarily attracted to you. They're just like
wanting a lady.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And anyway, this one guy comes up to us, to me and Holes, and he's like, oh, just wanted to check. You guys are a couple, right? As if we could say like, oh no, I think it was an in. I don't think he actually thought we were together. Or maybe he did, I don't know. But obviously my gut reaction is to be like, yes, we are a couple. Because then I'm safe. Like, I'm not going to have any more advances from you because yes, this is my lady.
So you said yes.
Yeah.
And then he was
he said, I thought so. You're a really great couple.
Oh, I see.
And I thought, thank you. We are a good couple.
That's good.
But that's quite, he did it for me. I didn't even have to lie. Well, I did lie because I said, yes, we are. But I suppose in many ways we are a couple.
Why not?
So I wasn't really lying. I was just using it to my advantage because I didn't want to be advanced by him anymore. Yes, I am. This is my girlfriend. Thank you. Walk away now, sir.
Debrief.
Okay.
Debrief.
Kira number 1.
Yep.
Very, very strange situation. You must leave her to her.
Yeah, you must not blame yourself.
No,
like whatever.
You must leave her to her own, self-help books because that's not right. that's just not right.
You must leave her to fancy her own brother.
Listen, stranger things have happened.
Stranger things have happened.
I'm just saying it.
On this podcast in particular.
Oh.
Guys, can I air some grievances?
Sure.
I've had a lot of people come to me and tell me that they've heard some of our voice note stories before.
Yes. Good. I'm so glad this has been brought up.
Pardon?
Yeah, I know, Rahana. I think we need to air this in the group.
We
And
must have a board meeting about this right here, right now. I've heard that too.
if you're listening and you're like, yeah, lol, I did hear that on one of the WhatsApp rounds or like whatever. Guys, we want real, genuine voice notes. If you're trying to pull the wool over our eyes.
I don't know. The liver story. The liver story was good. And
Is that the one I've heard about the dead dog and the granny in the camper van? I've had multiple people say I've heard those stories before.
On different podcasts?
I don't know. Just like on the rounds.
Just like, how everyone knows how, like, which celebrities cheat on each other. Like, it's not public news. But when you just know stuff.
I feel betrayed.
I know. I felt betrayed because I'm just like, this is a serious podcast.
No, I don't feel betrayed because if they're funny enough, like, I don't really care if they've done the rounds.
Oh, and I guess listen, if you're saying it with conviction and you're lying, then this is why I thought about it because I was thinking about the pathological liar in voice note number 2, and I was thinking, actually, we've had some pathological liars on this podcast.
But also, sorry, I don't know if you know, babe, but this podcast is very pioneering in this space. No one else is doing this. No one else is giving airtime to the voice notes that have done the rounds. No one's doing that.
Yeah, everyone's keeping them in the WhatsApp groups, and we're bringing them out to the masses.
We'll be the people at the helm of the ship.
Okay, but real talk. Next time you do that, at the end of your voice note, if you've done that, can you say, P.S. This is not my story, trademark. I've stolen it.
I don't think you need to say that.
Do you not think?
No, I don't think so.
Al doesn't even care, apparently.
I don't care. I just think if it's funny, it's funny.
If it's funny, it's funny. But why are you pretending it's your story?
Yeah, maybe. Yeah. I don't know. I do that quite a lot. I steal your stories quite a lot.
Do you?
Yeah, obvs.
What ones?
Like sometimes, like, I don't know.
Oh, I don't know.
I don't know, but sometimes like she'll say something funny or like, so I'll steal your lines.
Oh, I
Do
steal
you know what
your
I mean?
yeah, I
Like,
steal
I
your
steal
gags all the time. Oh my god, stealing your gags is my favourite thing to do.
I don't have to do any of the thinking for myself.
No work. I just like go to dinner and I'm hilarious and I'm like, Ali Max had 5 of them earlier, so don't worry about it.
But that's kind of like the recurring voice notes. It's fine. If you
Oh, maybe it's fine then. Fine. Right. Kira number 2. It's
ditch.
not fine that you lied, you little rat.
No, she didn't lie. It's not the friend that your friend lied.
Yeah. Oh, sorry. I know I meant your friend. You're not the rat, obviously.
And the takeaway is always trust your gut, listen to your intuition, and don't ignore other people's energies.
Oh, listen to that energy.
Number 3.
Number 3, babe, I just think, poor you. Like, and also it is creepy that he knew where your
Poor
room
you.
was. Poor you that you had to have Bean Boy
Hold on, I'm trying-
relentlessly trying to get in your pants. It's so boring.
Must find some bean puns.
Oh, you must get...
Hold on.
Richard, you'll have to cut this. Let's pretend that she had it off the cuff.
The best bean puns for family fun. Oh, this is a good one. What do you call a retired vegetable?
Has been.
Yeah, good.
Are we doing question of the week? Have we got time?
We're cutting it a bit fine, but I think we can make it work.
Guys, just a disclaimer. Rahana gets told off by the big boss upstairs if she runs over too long. Shall I be quick?
Sex on the first date. Yes, no biggie. Or no, I have to wait a number of dates. I have to wait. No, I have... No, I have a number of dates. I have to wait.
Yeah, because some people, you know that. They're like, oh, my
like on the
5-date
third
rule,
date.
my 3-date rule.
This is fascinating. Have you seen it?
I obviously think
Yeah, I know she's going to say yes.
sex on the first date.
I don't have a number of dates, but I wouldn't have sex on the first date.
Yeah, as a rule, you wouldn't.
I wouldn't either.
As a rule, I probably would. Like, just as a rule. I think it's going to be like pretty close.
It's exactly 50-50.
No.
Yeah, 5-1-2, 5-1-2.
Oh, that makes me feel really happy because I always feel like a bit of a...
Listen, no judgment. Like, no, seriously, I do mean that.
I just want to try before I buy.
The only thing I would say is that not for you, but just like in general.
She's pointing this at me. Go on.
Don't do it because you're bored.
Oh, yeah, number 1 reason. Go on, what's the second
You feel
reason?
like you like have to know more about them.
Also quite like that as a strategy, yeah.
Or any other reason that isn't coming from a place of pure fancy.
Lust.
Yeah. Because I think otherwise the aftermath is more difficult to like unpick. Do you know what I mean? Because like if you really fancy them and then you have sex with them on the first date, maybe there's like a spark for somewhere to go. But if you only did it because you were bored or like whatever, for whatever
Attention.
other reason, like, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then sometimes it does...
I'm happy to be told wrong.
Sometimes it gives clarity.
I haven't had sex in a long fucking time.
Sometimes it gives clarity and sometimes sex isn't as confusing as we make it. Sometimes it is. Don't get me wrong. Sometimes it complicates the situation. Sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes it tells you more of what you needed to know.
The other thing is, and I know I obviously I'm not dating, but like I know that I'm someone that like really gets in so deeply with my emotions so quickly.
Yeah.
So if you are that kind of person, I also would suggest not doing it because you're just going to get heartbroken every time.
Yeah. The only myth on this, I think all of that can and can't be true, what you've just said. Like, I think both in all situations, depending on the person. The only myth I would like to debunk is that they
You best debunk some
Sorry,
myths.
I'm a mythbuster. Debunking. I'm so tired. The only myth I would really like to debunk is that there's some kind of like worry that they won't fancy you or take you seriously if you shag them on the first date. And I think that's some people's reserve is that like, oh, if I give it away too easily. And I just would love to get rid of that because I don't necessarily think that's always the truth.
I don't think it's about that, but I think if you're feeling like, oh, I'm not sure.
It's not always...
Let's make it sure. Show me the size of your dick. No, I'm joking.
No, but if you're like, go on.
I was going to say, it's not always true, but I think this percentage of men who don't care is smaller than the percentage of men who do care.
Yeah, potentially.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
More men care if you give it away early. Is that what you're saying?
I think there's a few nuggets in there who are like,
Doesn't matter.
But then there's a majority who are like, this is just what I wanted in the first place.
Yeah.
And you don't want to feel used.
You don't want to feel used, but also let's find out where the wolves are amongst the sheep.
How are you to know, babe, after a couple of drinks? You're not to know.
I always know. I ignore it, but I know. I always know. And I 50-50 girls. Sometimes I get it right, sometimes I get it wrong.
No, listen, I did it too. Like, I was in there straight away with like,
Sometimes you've got a scratch to itch and you just think, oh, go on then.
Yeah.
But yeah, also your body is sacred and
don't just do it because like you just like, oh, whatever. It's kind of like, it can be whatever. But like, if you're like, oh no, but like,
well,
okay,
this is the thing. Also, don't like convince yourself that you should also. Like, if you also have a strong feeling not to, walk away, honey. Let's not have the same rule that you always shag them on the first date.
And if you want to scratch that itch, just find one person who's dedicated to that one act.
Oh, she's really in there for the friends with benefits for Hannah.
I'm a big fan of friends with
If you've got any friends that will benefit me, babe, send them my way. Like, I just think they're hard to find. Do you know what I mean?
Just find them on Hinge.
It's not so easy. You got to fucking have a drink and la.
Oh, la. You've got to find out if they're good at fingering. That's the main thing.
You've got to ask them what their dog's name is. Like, it's too far. It's too long.
Boring. Get down to it, Darren, would you? Don't care about your mum's maiden name. I've got an itch to scratch.
Okay, peeps, you must subscribe.
Peeps!
Gallies, you must subscribe. You must. Okay, you actually must. And if you didn't hear the call to action last week, let me repeat it for you now. We had a meeting and the main takeaway was we must have more subscribers. So if you could get subscribing, that would be great. Ideally on Spotify, because no one listens to us on Apple, apparently.
Much lower, but still an important part of our community.
Yeah, sure.
Apple?
No defamation to Apple.
No defamation to Apple, hashtag not all podcast platforms.
Thank you so much for listening. We will see you next week. Please keep your voice notes coming and
love you.
bye.